Going live. Beep, 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 beep. Going live. Beep, 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 beep. Something is not working on my overlay. Why aren't you working? Do I actually have to do this? Hold on. Beep, 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 beep. Not even working, huh? That's annoying. Not gonna lie. Oh, give me a second here. Trying to figure something out. I actually don't need it, but why oh why? You know what? No transition. We're just okay. We're going live. Hello, hello, hi. Welcome, welcome. Random Gallop Racer 3 live stream. We need to make progress. I recorded a really long 2004 episode last night. Like 3 hours worth I'll be uploading. And gosh, it was really quite an entertaining episode to say the least. Okay, what is going on with my overlays, bro? No. Oh, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. I think it's working. Is it working? Hopefully. What has happened to my overlay? I do not understand. You know what? Whatever. Okay, let's play. Yeah, random and very late one. Yeah, I wanted to play. I was honestly just gonna like record another episode, but I'm like, you know what? I saw quite a few people were online in the Discord, so I'm like, you know what? Let me actually maybe just go live. We have to make progress because I'm noticing the longer I take between playing this game, the more I forget what we're actually doing. And like I just totally just forget the goals and the paths that we were set. So I'm trying to like avoid getting into that. It's only 2:20 or 2:52 for you. Pacific time, lucky. 11 p.m. Yeah, it's late for you, Abigail. Uh, we have like a lot going on. Sweet Storm is still undefeated. She is still undefeated, 15 for 15. Like she just can't lose. GR rank 1. And this pedigree, I talk about it in the episode I record that will be uploaded tomorrow or Tuesday. Either one of those days. But I talk about just the fact that in this game we have like pedigrees that have produced horses like Sweet Storm. You know, like she comes from I mean, she's 5th or 6th generation at this point. You know what I mean? Of breeding with constantly good horses. So it's like, and when you look at her, I should say, she doesn't look impressive. Like 4 stars and then 1 3-star, right? She doesn't even look all that flashy, but like her performance alone because of her pedigree, I think is really pushing her a lot. 6 to 12, just get her in a grade 2. Gosh, she carries handicaps for everything that's not a grade 1. Unless I run her on the dirt, which is kind of annoying. And it's like, I don't want to ruin, I don't want to put her in a dirt race for the sake of it, you know? Like, I don't think that's worth it. I mean, she's going to be unhappy that we have to wait this long to race her, but like, I don't have a choice, my girl. Like, there's nothing for you. Gosh, there's like no grade 1s for her to run at all. It's so disappointing. That's 16 furlongs. That's a stretch as well. I just don't think that makes sense. And then the Royal Cup, I don't know. Spring Mile Champ? That's such a long time. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do with Sweet Storm? She'll carry a handicap in anything that's not a grade 1, and like the earliest grade 1 is a 16 furlong King Cup Spring, and like her stamina is okay at 77, but is she strong enough to handle a race that's 4 furlongs longer than her preferred maximum distance? This is conflicting. It's like, do I want to risk like just having her run in a race like that if we can't for sure win it? Any recommendations would be greatly appreciated. Give me a second. Trying to pop out my chat, but it's like freezing on me, so. I don't know what to do with her. I don't know what to do with her. Yeah, I have no idea what to do, so. I mean, I keep forgetting they're not going to take the horses away in this game, so like, I can just leave her alone until I figure out what to do. Let's find a race. My chat is just like not cooperating. It's okay. She's not happy she hasn't raced, but like, you know, she's just gonna have to stay mad. Like, I don't know. There's nothing for you. I'm not willing to just put you in any race for the sake of putting you in a race. Like, she can't even run in grade 3s, like opens if they're on the dirt. That seems like a bad idea. You know what? I'm going to see if she can win an open on the dirt. Pretty easily. And then, like, if she doesn't, I'm just reloading the save. Because I don't know. I'm not trying to ruin her career. Or ruin, like, her record. Just to put her in a race because she's angry. Like, she's just going to have to wait. I mean, she's still a heavy favorite here. She's still a $4 favorite, basically. So is that what I do? Just run her on the dirts for an easy win? Yikes. I'm sorry, I was watching something happening in this game. And player just threw another player just to the ground after play was over. Yeah, it's sports can be pretty competitive, can't they? Anywho's, I hope this works. I don't know what's going on with my emu though. I'm having issues. And I don't understand why. It's only been with like this game. Like I've tested others and like I don't get the issues. So it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Oh, here we go. Down the stretch we come. Sweet Storm. Can she roll on to win on the dirt? Needs to happen. Okay, she's clawing here. It's a win, but I don't know. Gosh, that was not. I did not feel as ideal as I thought it would have. So, I mean, she won it. She clears up probably by 3 lines, but yeah, win is a win. I'll take it. So I don't have to reload the save. 2.5 length winner. Gosh, is that all I do? If there's no grade 1s, just put her on the dirt? Keeps her winning streak going, then I suppose it's easy enough, right? Well, okay. Fast Navy not happy he hasn't raced either. Ice Crash is ready to go at least. 8 to 13 furlongs. Just kind of doing whatever with this dude. Put him in a grade 2. Bless my path. Are you undefeated? Oh, 10 for 7. 10 to 14 furlongs. Probably just a grade 3. Keep it simple. Up. Handicap, why? I mean, she's 101 rated, but that much of a handicap for a grade 3? Okay. So grade 2, that's where she'll go. We still have Sedate Chief, which, what am I doing? I think I just said I wanted Sedate Chief because of the high socks. I don't even think there was any real reason for having her. I think. All these handicaps are really bothering me. Not understanding. Like, I think some of them just don't make sense, honestly, for the horse. Or it's a crop 6 to 10. Yeah, her white socks and that blaze is amazing. She has probably one of the better aesthetics of the horses in the game, like 100%, you know. Completely agree. She has a very pretty gal indeed. Let's get you here, Arctic Crop. It's probably what it is. Yeah. You don't get to see a lot of horses like that on a regular basis. So when you do, you're just like, that is a beauty. Yeah, winning with her is just hard for me in this game for some reason. I don't know why. Like, I can't run her in opens because she has handicaps. And then, same thing for a grade 3. Like, but I'm not winning with her. Not as often as I should be. I can try a grade 2, but I don't know how that's going to go. So, we'll see, I suppose. Ice Crash. Up in this grade 2 is the favorite. Let's see what he can do. Gosh, sorry. Didn't realize my texting thing was on. We're off and racing in this grade 2 with Ice Crash. And that's a good start for our boy. We don't need to be in the lead, though, so we're going to go ahead and drop him back here. 10 furlongs to go. Quite the distance, so we'll see how he handles it. See how he handles it. You guys believe the Derby is going to be here before we know it. It's not as far away as it seems. February's pretty much going to be here, and then, you know, you get through those next couple of spring months, and then boom, Derby season is... I mean, technically, Derby season itself is already starting, but like when people really start to pay attention, which is usually like March-ish. I swear, like every time the Kentucky Derby happens, I'm like, okay, it's gonna be a while before it happens again. And then it just seems like time flies, and the next thing you know, the Derby is a couple months away. So every year, I desperately still hope for a Triple Crown winner, like a fool. Right. Something cool about seeing a horse that can win, you know, those races like that. Come on, Ice Crash, let's drive, brother. Drive, 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 man. So pretty good drive here for Ice Crash. Really good one, actually. And looks like he's actually going to roll on to win this grade 2. Good stuff. He's not turning out to be terrible. I think he's been pretty consistent, so that's good at least. He has anklets, like, or really low socks, whatever you would want to call them. He'd probably be a really beautiful horse to see run on the turf like that with the blue shadow roll. I don't have any turf tracks near me, so it's just dirt racing out here, unfortunately. Granted, I like dirt racing, but it would be nice to see turf racing as well, because sometimes, I know from watching, like, on, obviously, television, like, it looks like turf races for those horses, they appear faster. I don't know if the turf is a lot faster for them. I'm sure it is, obviously. Turf is always faster, it just doesn't mean it's always the best. Like, would people consider turf a better surface than dirt? Because I see it as a discussion quite a bit, and I always see people on two sides of it. Like, what is actually better? Turf or dirt? Portly Navy, 5 to 8 furlongs. So, are you at your peak yet? Probably would be nice to know that. You are. 5 for 5. Wow. And actually, GR ranked 7 with, okay, a grade 1. So, yeah. I need to take Courtly Navy seriously, in other words. It's been a while. Couldn't remember. Turf runs faster per yes. That's what I thought. So I would love to see that in person. I've only ever seen several dirt track races, but never anything on turf. Gosh, it just seems like they fly, man. That's one thing I really like about horse racing more, obviously, outside of the States. Like, obviously for our, you know, UK or Australia. Those races are always exciting to watch on the turf. I don't know. Like, not saying our turf races aren't, but it's like the races I feel that are outside of North America on the turf are always much more enjoyable. They're higher quality. So like I don't think it's a common thing in the States to have great turf races throughout a calendar, because most of the states here in America is dirt racing, you know? So it's like we don't get that quality of turf racing like that. 45 miles an hour on the turf. Yeah, exactly. They seem like they're just absolutely flying out there. I would love to see that in person one day. But it's like dirt racing runs America basically, with sides and hints of turf racing scattered here and there. But like dirt is the primary, obviously the primary focus of horse racing here in the States. So obviously in other countries it's turf. And like I said, just looking at so many other great horses that don't reside in North America, just seeing just how fast they are from running on the turf, like it's really cool, man. Oh, one day I can wish. See, like a really good turf race at least. There's nothing stopping me from going down to, you know, Florida and going to Tampa or anything like that. But, you know, seen it a few times going to Royal Ascot, the best quality of horses ever. Yeah, hands down. It's not even close. You can just, I mean, you watch and you just, different league. You know you're watching a different breed of horses. You don't even really have to think about it. Black Wonder's up, grade 2, 10 furlongs. And the favorite. This is an original. I should be pulling out that spreadsheet, but I'll get it later. But yeah, there we go. Like you said, best quality of turf horses in the world. Not even close. Not even close. Not even close. Whoa, whoa, doo, doo, doo. But yeah, we'll love to see a turf race. It'll happen, I'm sure. But yeah, it's just nice to at least have that difference with the turf and the dirt. Sometimes dirt races here are boring, especially depending on the track layout. Like, I just think certain tracks are not properly designed to the best of their ability to, like, kind of give you really good horse racing, right? That's in a way where, like, the races are exciting and the track is beneficial to the horses in a way, even if it's a challenging one. Black Wonder rallying in at the end and just going to get there in time. Tough race, tough win. We'll get it. We still in jump season over here, chasing hurdles. Oh, that happens during this time now. Like, what is considered winter here. Gotcha. Good win. Good win. So, the originals are actually doing good. Like I said, we have several families. Several, like, families that are several generations deep. Still trying to get to that point in Gallop Racer 2004. Arctic Crop is up in a grade 2. 8 furlongs were the favorite. Let's move on. Well, hello, hello, Racing Empire. Hello, hello, welcome. Hello, hello, greetings, salutations. Welcome to the stream. Just trying to make some progress. It's the beginning of the year. You guys know how I hate the beginning of the year in Gallop Racer. Because it's so slow, no good races, so just kind of want to get through this. And yeah, let's just kind of do that. I wanted to randomly stream, so they could go longer than expected, or it could be just a short one, but I'm live for now. $45.09, fast pace. I'm gonna try streaming some other games too, but like, you know what? Yeah, I definitely gotta try streaming some other games too. Arctic Crop doing Arctic Crop things. Good run, my guy. Absolutely blitzes them and takes off. Easy win for Mr. Crop, Arctic Crop. Would that be a good like advertisement for him as a horse? You know how like horses today have advertisements for like, you know, using them as a stud and whatnot. I wonder if that would be fitting for Arctic Crop. Or would it be awful? Now, since most of these horses are based off of real horses, who the heck is he based off of? Does anybody know that? Start of the year is so slow, it's kind of annoying. Yeah, it really is. It's so annoying. Because there's no good grade 1s really until like May. You're just going the first 4 months of your calendar year, not racing in anything of any real substance. And the only thing that makes that better is knowing that you have breeding coming around. That's like it. Without breeding in the beginning of the year in March and April, like gosh, it would be the worst time period of the game. And it still is, really. But I hate how there's just never anything going on. Like, I get it, but it's like there are grade 1s still happening in the beginning of the year. It's just in different places across the world. This game treats it as if just because one region doesn't have a lot of grade 1s in the beginning of the year, that should be like the standard. It's like they've taken influence for these races and tracks from real life races and tracks all over the world. So it's like, why would they lean away from that when it comes to like not giving us enough grade 1s at the beginning of the year? It just baffles my mind. And like, saving her for the Royal Cup, I don't want to do that. I'm just going to keep racing her in dirt opens. Because that apparently is... But 218 pound handicap. Like, okay, now she can't even run on the dirt without a handicap? This game is annoying me. Okay, I'm going to race her here in a grade 3. Hopefully she should be able to win that ice crash. It's 4 for 13. 8 to 13 furlongs, just trying to build a winning accord with him. But yeah. Like I said, I really do hate how slow the beginning of the year is. It's so annoying. Could have at least sprinkled in a couple more grade 1s, even really easy ones. He's based off of a horse called Yemeni Zephyr? Huh. Thanks for hanging out, Abigail. Get some sleep. We'll see you later. Sorry, I'm actually looking this horse up because, of course, I'm curious, naturally. I feel like I recognize the name, but I couldn't tell you anything about the horse. Some names I don't recognize and some I do. Wait, what is this? This is not... No, that's... Hating you search something, it's not at all what... Yeah. see the horse, though. Sweet Storm, she's up. Grade 3 on the dirt, not the favorite. Oh, that's annoying. That means I actually have to try to win this race. Sketchy, what's going on, brother? Herminio, what's going on, bro? What's going on, my guys? Good to see you guys. Welcome to the stream. Just trying to make some progress here in Gallop Racer 3. And, complaining about how slow the beginning of the year is in this game. Because there's, like, no grade 1s. No valuable grade 1s until, what, April? Nothing much. Finished my first college horse show, which is hard, but fun. I can relax, join in. Awesome, man. Congrats on that. Very nice. I actually got something from, I think it was University of Arizona in regards to their, like, equine or whatever that program is. The actual name for it is what I'm trying to say. It's essentially the horse racing. Good, making some french fries. Dude, fries would be really bomb right now. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna be AFK for 10 minutes, no problem. Sweet Storm, getting it done on the dirt, even as not being the favorite. Okay, the girl can still win on the dirt too. Granted, at lower levels. Gosh, that whole field was not even separated by more than 4 lengths. That was actually kind of a mad sprint. 8 furlongs, she gets it done. She remains undefeated, and we're racking up easy wins with Sweet Storm. I'm kind of shocked. Kind of and kind of not, I guess, because she's not a dirt horse, but just goes to show you how strong she is, that she can still win on that surface as well. Yeah, I'm looking at the real life Arctic crop. Pretty good record, honestly. Like, won a lot of. I mean, he won a decent number of grade 1s. Today, Chief's up in this grade 2, going 9 furlongs. She's not the favorite. Okay. See, how many grade 1s did he win? The number's not making sense. 1 minute it says 8, then it says 4. It's actually really cool, though, that a lot of these horses. Who is Arctic Crop in real life? Some horse called Yemen. Wait, where is it at? Hold on. Blah, 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 blah. Yemenin. Or Yemenin. Gosh, I don't even know what I'm saying. Yemenin Zephyr. Or Zephyr. I'm just on the horse jpkeba.com site. That's like the first link. The other link was some anime character. Like, it makes sense. A Japanese horse actually named after an anime character, or vice versa. Like, okay. But that is actually the real horse's name. So it's in the chat above if you can see it. If not, I'll type it out again after this race. But yeah. So 8 Cheap's not supposed to win this race. Distance too long for her? Yeah, you got Best Older Male in 1993 for the JRA, which for those of you that don't know is the Japanese Racing Association. Or at least... And got Best Sprinter and Miler in 93. Got Best Homebred Sire in 93 as well. So Arctic Crop in real life was actually a really solid horse. Oh, yeah, exactly, Scotch. That's what it is. Wonder Horse. Wonder Horse title for Sweet Storm. Wow. That trophy is amazing. Let's go. Wasn't even expecting that. I wasn't even keeping track. Sweet Storm with another title gets Wonder Horse. That is awesome. That is awesome. Let me save. And I'll be right back. Stepping away from the mic for 1 second, guys. Alright, sorry about that. We're back. Just needed to do something. Ice Crash up. A furlong open. Not supposed to win. Yeah, that's just kind of the story of this horse. Like, maybe he's supposed to win a race and then he's not supposed to. But yeah, Yemen, that horse. Yemeni Zephyr, Zephyr, whichever. Yeah, it was actually a really good dude back in the early 90s, apparently. So that's pretty cool to know. Which shows why Arctic Crop was treated as one of the best horses, one of the better domestic, like grade 1 horses in this game. Of course, that horse is nowhere close to like Delightful or Deep Delight or J-Ho, any of those dudes. Dude, this track is bugging me out. Why is this... There's only certain tracks in my ISO that'll kind of bug my game out. And I don't understand why. Like sometimes if I'm like messing around with like trying to find like good shaders for my emulator, it changes, it does something weird to what it thinks it's like, I don't know, seeing or registering. It just bugs everything out. But we're not supposed to win this race, so let's just see how Ice Crash rolls. He's actually got a pretty good run here. Oh, could you imagine running him like that is actually the secret to his success? Wow. And we might have just got up for first place. We're supposed to come close to winning that race. Do we get up there? He's got some speed, though. He's not a slow horse by any means. That's second. Or are they going to say that's first? Oh, they're going to actually give us the win. Wow. I thought the other horse to the inside definitely had a nose in front. Apparently not. Ice Crash gets a... It's just an open, like, big deal. I mean, a win's a win, but still, like... Guess we'll take it. Alright, I checked. He's one of the 3 horses to win Yasuda Kinins, which is the biggest mile race in Japan. Yeah, exactly. I saw that. He had Flash, 112 in the final frame of the race. Wow. Yeah. Guess it, yeah. Deemed we were really the winner. So it was like one of the rare instances where I was like, oh, maybe I kind of got this one wrong. 16 furlongs with Fast Navy in a grade 2 were the favorite. Let's see how this goes. But yeah, the real life Arctic Crop was apparently one of the best horses in Japan at that time. That's a pretty cool thing when you think about it. Especially for that achievement in the mile. He never won a turf race, which probably would have hurt him from really being picked up worldwide, potentially. I don't know. I don't know what the audience is. The audience size would be for that. I feel like less people would know about him than more, unless you were really paying attention to horse racing in Japan at that time, or just in general, you found out about him. You know, there's plenty of horse racing fans that have never played Gallop Racer, so it's not like they would look to the game to try to find out or something. That's pretty cool. Like I wonder what the other horses in this game. Like, what other horses maybe come from... I mean, Arctic Crop has always been in the games, and he's always been a really, really good horse. So that means that's a horse that they picked out, and they said they wanted to, you know, be a really special horse. Yeah, exactly, guys. That's what I mean. Like, who would realistically hear about a horse like that? And like I said, that's still incredible to think, at least what his initial achievements were when he was racing. I mean, that was him being one of the better racehorses in the entire country of Japan for the dirt. That's like a big deal, man. You know? But like you said, I would have never known that. I have gone through my life not knowing that until recently. Like today, for crying out loud, actually. But I've never known Arctic Crop was based off of one of the best, I guess, Japanese horses in 1993 and 92. But like in those years, like, would have never known there was a horse like that. Because, you know, years will go by in horse racing where there's not like one horse that really dominates, you know? It's just kind of like scattered wins for a couple of really good horses. Yeah. Racing Empire, welcome back. Welcome back. Yeah, dirt is definitely picked up in Japan. I mean, yeah. It's still, it's not like North America or probably other places, but um, yeah, they've always been known for turf. Second with Fast Navy. That did not go according to Blonde. Sprinter Stakes. I wonder if that's the Sprinter's Cup race that's actually in this game. And then Nintendo Show. I think that's the King Cup Autumn, if I'm not mistaken. So that's actually really cool, man. I really kind of need to like see if I can find old archives of those races somewhere, or at least a year from like any year from which that race happened. I just feel like horse racing in Japan, they're so finicky with their copyright, man. It's like they don't ever allow it's like it's hard to find clips from like that stuff. I feel like if you're looking up horses from North America or maybe even somewhere in Europe, like you can find a lot of older information. And just Japan, it seems like it's so much censorship. Like they don't want it being, located for people to like, I don't know, watch and learn. Like it's weird. It's like they still want to keep everything so just kind of like in country. I don't understand. Oh, well, Sketch, you have to let me know, dude, because it bothers me so much, because I really do like Japanese horse racing a lot, especially in the last couple of years. I've gotten into it quite a bit. And I'm just like, I can never find like replays of stuff because everything is just always just not available. Or, like I said, it's just something weird that, you would have to probably do to even find them. It's just like, it's not readily accessible. Ah, Googling the horse. Wow. That is kind of simple, isn't it? When you think about it, that actually is pretty simple. In the last 30 years, Japan has really tried to pick up its international presence past those local champs like Emmys Zephyr, starting with Sunday Silence, producing almost every great Japanese horse. It's a shame they don't get more credit, more attention. Ah, that's the thing, dude. I don't even know if there's like just a couple. I realistically want to see all of like the Gallop Racer inspired Japanese races, like the real ones. I don't know what those are. I mean, I have like a document with them. I think Arminio sent me one. It has all like the real races and names and stuff, and I have it. I don't remember what it is. I think the Tenno show is the King Cup Autumn though. I do. So like I would just like to see what those races were actually like, because again, growing up, I didn't know that. I just assumed they were just some made up like video game race, right? And then I also thought at a point like maybe they could have been based off of real tracks, but I'm like, how could I know? I'm like, oh, maybe they are real Japanese like, races that they've just put into the game. So it's like all of those grade ones, King Cup Autumn and Tokyo Cup and Derby and all that stuff. I would just like to actually see most of those races, but like I said, it's a little bit harder, it seems. Yeah, Googling the horse's name, that makes sense. But that would also have to be under the assumption that you have a specific horse in mind. Like, what if you just wanted to find like a certain race, right? How would you go about finding a certain race if you weren't thinking about just like one specific horse? Okay, cool, thanks. Definitely will be checking that out. So I've never seen the horse run, so that'll be awesome to see what the real Arctic crop actually looked like. Oh, the races themselves also have names? Okay. So do you think you could actually find out what race the King Cup Autumn is? Like in this game, the King Cup Autumn, I think it's 16 furlongs. Would you be able to find out what that race actually was? Because I'm assuming it was a race in Japan. I can't imagine it would have been from any of the other regions. Based off of obviously the track layout with everything. Definitely Japan, but like, what is the real? I feel like it's the Tenno show, but I'm not 100% certain, so I don't want to say that's exactly what it is. I swear I saw something that said the Tenno show. That's the thing, but I could be misremembering. Bless My Path is taken off, and she's gonna roll on to a nice endurance win, and that's what our girl does. But yeah, I guess I just wonder, you know what? I could also try doing this, actually. It is the Tenno show, but in real life it would be the spring running of the race because that race is 16 furlongs. The Tenno show autumn is only 10 furlongs by comparison. Yeah, that's what I wondered about. That's what was also confusing and why I wasn't sure if that is or was the actual race because of the difference and then the distance. Yeah. I probably just need to look at that thing again. It has all this stuff on there. Gosh, you really have to like search the very specific race. Then they have comments turned off. Like, I don't understand. Why all the censoring? Why don't you want people talking about the 2022 Tenno show autumn? This happened, they uploaded it 2 months ago. So, yeah, it happened pretty much around the time that it actually happens in this Gallop Racer game. And, like, they don't want people talking. I don't understand. What is being hidden? It is... Why don't they want anybody being invested in another form of great horse racing? I don't understand. Any guesses? Any guesses at all? It is something that perplexes me quite a bit. Am I trying to set up a race here for a Sweet Storm? Okay, now she's ready for like a... Gosh, shall you put her in the Royal Cup? Genesis, hello, hello. Welcome. It is likely just some random automated thing. Other racing channels that are American sometimes do it too. Like Gulfstream and Oaklawn. Yeah, that's true. But granted, I feel like I see... Wouldn't you agree that you still see a lot of people like with those clips though, or are people just actually searching them up, searching those races up more often to find them to download? Like I notice a lot of people that cover, obviously just you know, wagering and simulcasting. Like a lot of them will use clips from like Gulfstream and Oaklawn. So, do you think they're just like actively just searching to find clips from those races because they're pretty popular compared to other tracks? How are things going? Not bad. I mean, I think we're winning on most of these horses. No handicap. Yeah, just trying to I don't remember what I was gonna do with breeding. Some of these horses I've completely forgotten what their purpose is, so I'm just trying to just win as much as I can. It probably just an American thing since we're watching American broadcasts. We don't watch Japanese broadcasts because there aren't too many. They're in English. Yeah. But the thing about that is, if you have a TBG account, granted, I feel like the most popular tracks don't pop up on TBG or any of the apps. Yeah, the racetrack. Yeah, the tracks are. This is what I mean. Like, it's such a cool variation of like horse racing as you know it that just doesn't have much exposure in the grand scheme. It's very, very looked over, you know, in comparison to horse racing in North America, than especially in Europe and even Australia. You know, like those places have bigger attention on horse racing, it seems, from a global perspective. You might be getting a job calling English races of calling English calls of races in Spanish locations. They're trying to make Spanish-based horse. Yeah. I was just listening to a podcast talking about that. Hold on 1 second here. Sorry about that. It is super popular locally, as some of the replays of all Japanese races get millions of views, just as it's popular in America because of the language barrier. Which is really ridiculous to me because, like, there's still enough tracks that are shown if you watch, like, on TVG or, like, one of those accounts. And, like, you know, it's in, like, obviously the race callers, at least for us, if that they're in English. The broadcast is in English. So it's like you can still be familiar with Japanese. I did that all, like, the last 2 summers for Japanese horse racing and then horse racing in South Korea with Busan and couple Seoul and a couple of those tracks. You can have a TBG account. You can watch at least some of their relatively higher tracks, not the highest ones, but even Sha Tin even appears on TBG still, and Sha Tin has still been one of the biggest tracks in Hong Kong for ages. So I genuinely feel like it's just not enough exposure to put that type of horse racing in front of people. It's like they're basically saying if you can find it, then you'll find it, you know? I feel like other events are promoted a lot more, personally. I don't feel like Japanese horse racing gets the same promotion. I mean, you see the Royal Ascot is promoted if you're watching North American horse racing, but none of, like, the Japanese tracks, at least not regularly in comparison, are really promoted. I recall seeing one race that was promoted last year. It was kind of weird. It stuck out to me because I'm like, what? They don't really promote Japanese horse racing. You know, that's what I mean. Like, they're not actively promoting Japanese horse racing like they do for, like, the events that's in the UK, and you know what I mean? They're not doing that for Japanese horse racing at all. And that's why I'm saying, like, I just wonder, like, what is the divide in that barrier? You know what I mean? I mean, the Royal Ascot's promoted every year in North America to some extent. They mention it, you know, every year. You don't hear about that with, like, most of the you don't really hear about that with Japanese horse racing. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's so much money that goes into those tracks over there. It's crazy. Like, even I have had some wagering success because of how the pools shape out. That's what I mean. There's minimal exposure. That's why I'm not gonna say there's none. It's very minimal, and I'm just like, why? It's a huge market. It's such an untapped market. You know what I mean? Like, it's really untapped, especially for wagering. But maybe that's why. Maybe they don't want to. Maybe they would consider it competition, which would be stupid to me. I couldn't see that being it. But would they see it as a possible threat to wagering here in North America? If more North American gamblers and wagers were more familiar with Japanese horse racing in their market and their wagering and, you know, how everything is working, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm literally just saying just what. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just curious at this point. There still hasn't been more promotion for it. It's like the only time you hear about Japanese horses in North America often, I feel like the most spotlight they'll get is if they have a horse in the Kentucky Derby. Then they'll do, like, a special with, like, the owner for, like, half of the Derby episode day, and that's, like, it. You know, it's just like, it doesn't really pop up unless there's a really good Japanese horse that's obviously over here and is racing in a lot of our races, which that doesn't always happen either. That's what I'm saying. It's just like, I don't know. It just seems like there's some weird bridge. And yeah, Sketch, that's probably it too. I mean, I totally understand. Each country's got to prioritize what their actual racing is. But I just feel like, I mean, we have good relations with Japan as a nation, so it doesn't make sense to me that on the horse racing side, it seems like they don't really want much to do with each other. You know, like that's strange to me. It's just like, what? It's just like, do they have different viewpoints and perspectives in just the industry as a whole? Because it just there's not a lot of cross promotion. I mean, not as much, I should say. I just don't feel like there's as much. It just still seems like it's just kind of like a, I don't know, a lesser of a thing. But 8 to 12 for Black Wonder. Azalea Cup. Let's try them out. Country relations doesn't seem to have too much. Saudi Cup gets attention despite the fact that Slopper isn't super friendly. Yeah, it's true. Money is always going to talk when it has to deal with Saudi, for sure. Money always talks. Always, always. There's so many companies working with that in mind, but it's because it's financially motivated and financially backed. If there wasn't money, nobody would be doing events like that. You know what I mean? It's purely financially motivated. But what's new in the modern day of life? All right, we're the favorite in this Azalea Cup, so let's win it. But yeah, like I said, I just I just wish there was more promotion, a little bit more effort towards promoting Japanese horse racing. That's all. They definitely don't put as much time into it as they do for like I said, like, you know, the UK, which I'm not even mad about that. It's just like that they should both be promoted evenly because they both have very unique and great horse racing. I'm just all for good horse racing in the industry in general. Wherever it is, it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I mean? It's just if it's a country that has really good horse racing or a region, then awesome. You know, I just like having different variations of, you know, like that. So, and it could change, you know, it could certainly change over the years and get better. Maybe if we start to get more kind of interworkings of, you know, some American horses going over to Japan and then vice versa. Like if that starts to happen more as it does for like other countries, like I always see horses from like Ireland and like places here in the States. Like that's, you know, it's just like it's always certain countries that you get a lot of imports and exports from in that regards. Yeah, and they promoted theirs a lot too. And all honestly, they promote all of their events. But that's certainly how they stay motivated in that regards. They do take that seriously. But yeah. I just feel like you shouldn't have to do so much research just to find out about good Japanese horse racing. Not into like today's world. You know? I would say that for any country where I feel like it's lacking. Like, if you're going to promote one thing from one country, you should do the same for any other country that has its own equivalent of that. Especially if you get horses from those countries that end up competing in some of your biggest races. And could not win that race with Black Wonder at all. I don't know if it was a slow start or what, but my boy struggled. I struggled. We struggled together. And it was a struggle bus. Unfortunately. Darn, that stunk. That stunk. I want that race back. Oh, bad race. Deep Delight is back, but he's... One thing I hated about this game was how ridiculously expensive horses were. Like, Deep Delight doesn't need to be 324,000. They don't even have that many races where you just have like huge prize pools. There's like a few select races that have like really big earnings. Everything else is like very average. Like, why did they make these horses so expensive? Like, oh my gosh. Far Pride. Solid Secret. So you're a sprinter with a slow spurt. Ugh. Yeah, Scotchy, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, there's some really cool things in like Japanese horse racing with the horses and, like you said, just the stories and the people involved. And it's just like, it's so hard to find out. That's what I'm saying. It's like, do they want to keep it secretive? It just doesn't make sense to me. Just like, you really have to like know exactly what you're looking for. It's not like easily attainable information or accessible information like it is if you want to find a horse in North America, you know. And there's have dozens of websites dedicated to one horse, you know. And it's hard to find one thing sometimes for Japanese horse racing. It's bonkers. Aunt B, should I get her again? Ah, she's already gonna be at her peak. 55K. Is she worth it though? No, she's not. She's not. She's not. She's not. Stern winner. Good endurance. 4 stars across the board. Pretty average growth type. How are the controls in a race? In this game? They're pretty simple. You just use the D-pad to move around from left to right, or up and down increases your horse's speed or slows it down. And then you got your whip, which is square or triangle, or excuse me, square or circle. It's really simple, actually. It's not a hard game to play in that regards. It's really your strategy and how you're actually timing out what you're doing and making sure that you're running your horses right. That's the challenge, but the controls are elementary AF, man. Sedate Devil, are you worth it? She has a fantastic growth type, so long term she could be useful for like a really strong super horse again. Yep, that's how it works. But like she costs quite a bit. I don't know if like what horse are we looking for? Like, fun fact, Simboldi Rudolph did one race in America, but didn't do great. That seems to be the story, too. Like, a Japanese horse will come over here and then still not do that great, and then it's just, like, nothing. There's no momentum that builds from it. That also probably is the problem. I feel like most of the horses that come over here, they don't do well enough to, like, make any serious noise, and then they just kind of fade away into oblivion. You played the other ones, never got to play this one. Ah, yeah, this one is the most up. Being the first Gallop Racer in the entire series, it is 100% the most elementary with its controls. For sure. Okay, guys, do I buy these horses or do I save my money for somebody else to come along? Divine Flyer? Slow Spurts. Okay. You'll peak at like 5. There's a Japanese horse who produced a Kentucky Derby winner way back. Yep. Sure there is. Wouldn't know about it though, you know what I mean? The average person wouldn't. Divine Flyer, she costs 160K. She has a good growth type. Her star ratings are not impressive, and her stamina's pretty good. Her speed is not that great. I'm assuming she'd be like an 80s speed, 90 stamina type of horse, maybe at her peak. But yeah, I feel like I'd still be wasting money if I just went and bought her. Probably still should save up for sure. These horses will rotate out eventually, and then a new group will come in, and maybe somebody in that new group will really be who we need, because we're at the point where I think I've unlocked most of the horses. I think I've unlocked the ability for Wait, do you unlock the ability for J-Ho to pop up in this game, or does he just automatically pop up like in your sire grouping from a race? Because we've beaten him before, but he hasn't, like, the game hasn't given him to me. Does he still have to pop up in the shop here? I always forget, because it seems like certain horses are different across the games. So they Chief's up in a grade 3. She's not the favorite. Let's see what happens. But I swore I felt like we're at the point where now waiting for J-Ho is just all I have to do to actually buy him. Like, I swore he actually popped up in the shop. I thought he did. But I just didn't have the money at the time. But it was like quickly after I had already unlocked him, or at least beat him. It was like really quick. And then I feel like he just hasn't popped up since. But gosh. See, we've had like I've had to do different saves for different reasons, so I can't remember which one. I thought that was a part of this one, but maybe it could have been a part of another one that didn't continue. It's gonna bother me because I can't remember. But yeah, I feel like I think J-Ho pops up in the shop. Because like again, like I'm positive I did what I needed to do to at least unlock him, but like he's just not showing up. And looks like Sedate Chief is gonna get lucky with a win. Hold off there in that grade 3. Horse ran into some traffic to the left of us that was looking like a challenging threat, but no worries. The beautiful Sedate Chief gets it done. Very closely. But yeah, Sketch, I'm kind of curious too which horse that may have been. Good win for Sedate Chief. She gets it done. Yeah, I need to verify how to unlock J-Ho. And Gallop Racer, Racer. Alright. Thanks. Just got it done. Kind of got lucky a little bit, honestly, because that horse got blocked. But, you know, Sedate Chief, she ran good, which is the most important thing. Gets the win. Gonna put Fast Navy in the King Cup Spring because, well, why not? Bless my path, 10 to 14, get you in something decent, but there is nothing decent, naturally. It's grade 2. Gosh, well, imagine having a handicap for a grade 2, like, and I know it's a thing, but it's just like, I don't think she's so strong to the point where like running in that is like too much, you know, like of a disadvantage to the rest of the field. Like Gallop Racer just like does things sometimes. It doesn't really make sense. Just like, I hear you, but you know, I don't. Like and it's not even like there's that many grade 1s in the game, so it's like, did they think about that? They just instantly just give good horses handicaps. They're saying you can only run in grade 1s unless you want to deal with like a 40-pound handicap, and of course, who wants to, like, nobody wants to play like that. So I just feel like they don't really give you a lot of freedom with that. All right, Mr. J-Ho. I think I just had to win that race, but let me see. Give me a second, people. Blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Who cares? Yes. Deep Delight. I already unlocked him. Why am I not seeing him? Hold on. He didn't pop up at all. I'm so confused. They have all these horses listed except him. Is that a joke? Because I don't think does anybody here know? I can't remember. Gosh dang it. Alright, Fast Navy's up in the King Cup Autumn. Probably not the favorite. Oh, we are the favorite. Cool. So there's pressure. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I did what I needed to do to unlock J-Ho, and he just hasn't like popped up. I swore he did pop up once as soon as I unlocked him, and then he just hasn't been back since. So that's a bummer. Like, acquiring him is like top game status for this game, and he's just not popping up in the shop. So I'm at the mercy of just the game deciding when they're gonna put him back in. him and Happy Plane both. I don't think Happy Plane has popped up at all yet, which is really weird. But yeah, that's all I'm missing. Like, I've unlocked those horses, they're just not popping up. Which is pretty much my luck in Gallop Racer, honestly. It's like, when I really want a horse, they take forever to pop up, usually. Can't wait, yeah, Polish Beast, Sunday, same. That's what I mean, like... I still haven't even gotten... I don't think I've seen him yet. In 2004, by the way. Do you unlock him the same way in 2004? Yeah, I didn't think about it. Yeah, I just really wish J-Ho would pop up at some point. Because J-Ho and Sweet Storm would give us the super horse of super horses of our playthrough. Of all of our playthroughs. Like 100%. Like until a better stud comes around, that's kind of what I want to do. I don't want to use her with anybody until like J-Ho pops up and I can buy him. Use him in free mode on 2004. I haven't even played with him yet. I think somebody has him in like our Gallop Racer World Cup series, but like we're just watching the AI like race with them, so it's not like I'm, not like I'm doing anything or whatever. Fast Navy was wrong, brother. He is not happy. He is not happy. He's reeling in, kind of. Half a furlong left to go. Not going to catch the winner. He was not happy at some point. That race does not go as planned. Completed the main part of 2004, so you're close to getting J-Ho. Nice. Yeah, I'm still not there yet. Like, we can't even win the dream. We can't win any dream, anything yet. Not yet, at least. Maybe soon with Cleopatra and Galaxy Star. But yeah, I'm just now getting to the point where I can start to try to win the dreams. You know? The cups, the series. Like, we have to have a horse to even win those, and we still don't have the horse yet. I don't think so. Solo Rider is really good right now, but like, gosh. I don't know what he would be compared to those other horses yet. Your first originals haven't even come yet? Oh, wow. Yeah, it's certainly a journey. Certainly a journey. Courtly Navy's up in his grade 2, and it's the favorite. Like, Butterfly Effect, which was, I would say the best performing out of whoever else I put in there. She finished, I think she finished 5th. So that was a decent sign of things to come with stronger horses. They seem like they may cap at grade 2 races, or might cap at grade 2 races, and yeah, you just gotta take your time with that. I'm telling you, you can turn a grade 2 horse can produce you a grade 1 winner. Don't be discouraged. You just got to find the right, really good grade 2 type of horses. They can definitely produce you really strong grade 1s. Your second crop turned 1 recently. Nice. Yeah. I'm never discouraged if a horse is just a really strong grade 2 winning horse, because I'm like, with the right breeding combination, you can still get probably a really solid grade 1 horse. And I've done it several times now. Your third crop is coming. Awesome. It's always exciting, Courtly Navy is on a roll, man. I'm surprised I haven't really worked with her like this much. She is quite the beast. But yeah, your grade 2 horses, if that's what they cap at, nothing to be discouraged about. Just breed the best ones together and you can get a grade 1 horse from that. And then boom, you just start doing that. You know what I mean? Loving Carol and Heartful Delight. Ooh. How did that turn out? Third crop is with 2 special. Yeah, grade 1 horses. Yeah. That's a combination I haven't heard. I hear a lot of different... Courtly Navy sets the record. 119 and 7. Yeah, I haven't heard a lot of Courtly... Loving Carol and Heartful Delight combinations. I hear him with a lot of horses. But Loving Carol. Loving Carol is, I feel like it's a horse that's talked about a lot. Heartful Delight pops up often. And then you have Sleeping Ruin and Stern Mood as the broodmares. I hear them quite a bit. Those are always reliable, good selections, I would think. So you got the right stuff going, for sure. So, I guess just figuring out the best combinations. There's a grade 1 horse in there with those parents, for sure. It's not even like a question. There's definitely a grade 1 horse in there. You can figure it out with however you're going to breed those parents. Frugala, she's great, isn't she? She is great for breeding. I feel like in every game, honestly. She's pretty just well balanced across the board. You know? I wonder who she's based on. I am hungry. I need food. Eight to 12 for Black Wonder. He's rated really high, but like I'm kind of struggling to win with him when I should, so... Gosh, losing that Azalea Cup was so bad. He was undefeated. Ah, it's annoying. Man, Golden Derby. I mean, we have to win these races. He's too highly rated to not be winning these. You're gonna check? Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep checking and waiting for J-Ho or somebody like that to pop up. Ooh, look who's here. Nobody I want. Some good horses. Lost Saint, cool, but like you're not worth the money, bro. 74. I mean, 74. You're not expensive, but like, it's quite annoying grinding money in this game. So like, you really want to make sure when you're spending it, it's exactly what you want to do. Because just getting that money back takes a little bit of time. Bright Earth and Absurd Angel. I haven't worked with Absurd Angel. Or growth types, whatever. She's strong, but 162k. No, I'm gonna be patient. It might be boring, but I think being patient and waiting for J-Ho was gonna be much more worth it. Maybe he'll actually pop up soon. I'm really hoping. Artsy Crops up in the Grade 1 Royal Cup. He is the favorite. Blah 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 blah. All right. Yeah, I'm so hungry. Probably gonna get off to get some food. Don't know what I want. We will definitely be doing the Gallop Racer World Cup sometime this week. I just don't know what day yet. It'll be afternoon time. Morning to afternoon time for Eastern Standard. Arctic Crop's not where he wants to be. That's my fault. But I just wanted to go live for a little bit. Just wanted to get away from the beginning of the year. I talked about it earlier in the stream. I absolutely hate how slow it is. Drives me nuts. She is Air Groove in real life. Air Groove, interesting. I know nothing about that horse. I'm gonna do my research because Frugal Arch is like my favorite. Come on, Arch and Crop, let's go, bro. Kick it up, kick it up. I'm not gonna get there in time. Tired. I worked him too hard in the beginning of the race. Yeah. Worked him too hard because he needed to be in front. I didn't keep him in front. Air Groove. Let me see him. Gosh, easy races I'm losing. Not in the mood for that. I'm not in the mood for that. Let's see. Gosh, I didn't even save recently, so everything I've just did, that's like where I'm gonna have to leave off at. Ah, bummer. I'm actually curious about that anime. Because I didn't even know about that, so I'm just curious how that would actually be. The real Frugal Lark wore a hood sometimes? Whoa. Interesting. There's pictures with her with a hood on and then pictures with her without one. But in this game, she never has a hood. That's interesting. Wow, she was a pretty girl. Really lean, man. Gosh, she was lean. That's why Frugal Lark is such a good horse. It makes so much sense. Gosh, really lean. Really light on her heels, so to speak. Yeah, wow. I do admire the time they put into most of these horses, with the exception of Secretariat, being that they gave him, you know, the wrong colors. We won't talk about that, but yeah. You have a spreadsheet with all the names of the horses in 2006. Well, if you want to shoot that over to me at any time, which you obviously can in the Discord, that'd be awesome. I would really appreciate it because I'm very, very curious now. I do generally, I guess, want to know like the connection of like the real horses and then the horses in the game, especially some of my favorite ones. Like to see what Frugal Arc actually looked like in real life. Like she was beautiful. And like I said, she was so lean. Like you could just tell certain horses are just really in good shape. She looks exactly like that type of horse. I mean, she was the Japanese Horse of the Year in 1997. And she was the best older filly and mare in 1997. Japanese Horse of the Year. That's incredible, man. That's so cool. So Frugal Arc was really like an amazing racehorse, actually. Hence why she's one of the best horses in this game. Of course, it wouldn't make sense any other way, right? Alright, well, I'm going to be getting off here. Smarter gave it to you in the Discord. Awesome. Well, I'll be getting off here. I got food to get and, yeah, work to prepare for. But I wanted to go live just for a little bit. So I appreciate you guys that came out to hang out for a bit. And I will be live again for the Gallop Racer World Cup sometime in the week. I'll make sure I let everybody know ahead of time. Thank you so much. And yeah, glad that some of you came through. And I will see you guys on the Discord at some other point. Have a good night, evening, wherever you are in the world. Bye.